大家好，有朋友用风来，不亦乐乎，新年快乐. Now, for those of you who didn't understand me, which looking at all of you, I'd say that's about 100% of the room, I will translate. It was poorly enunciated Chinese, I'm sure, but I did say hello to all of you. I shared with you a phrase from Confucius, which is rather popular. It talks about friends from near and far gathering, and that's what we see here. Every year I see all these familiar faces, but I see them about once a year. Everybody comes from far and wide and comes here for this amazing event. And then, of course, I wished you all a Happy New Year. And there seems to be some contention about that. It's the Year of the Mouse, which starts a little bit later on this month. Although I did hear from some people here in New York that it's the Year of the Rat, and I think every year is the Year of the Rat here, or those that are on the subway. So that's probably why I knew a rat joke in New York could go over. That's a good way to start. The theme here tonight is responsibility and appreciation. And of course, there's a lot to appreciate tonight because we are honoring the China General Chamber of Commerce on its 15th year. So let's give them a big round of applause. And when it comes to responsibility, in that short span of time, in 15 years, the CGCC has been responsible for being really that bridge from east to west. And that's one of the reasons why I love doing this event. I'm the principal anchor at CGTN. I anchor our evening newscast. And I always kind of feel like it's more than a television network. It really is that bridge between east and west. And I think the more the U.S. understands China and the more China understands the U.S., the more we can close that gap. And of course, the CGCC has done a lot of that in the last 15 years. And in the process, it's grown to become the largest and most influential nonprofit organization representing Chinese enterprises in the United States. Its membership is made up of 1,500 Chinese and U.S. companies, 54 of which are ranked in the Fortune Global 500. CGCC's mission is a simple one: to create value, generate economic growth, and enhance cooperation between the U.S. and Chinese business communities. So let's begin tonight by hearing from the man who will lead the CGCC into its 16th year. He, of course, is Chen. He is the chairman of the CGCC, but he's also president and CEO of the Bank of China USA. Chairman Chu.
Thank you, Mike, for your kind introduction. Ambassador Cui, Ambassador Huang, Minister Zhu, dear CGCC members, honored guests, friends, ladies, and gentlemen, good evening. On behalf of the China General Chamber of Commerce, we are delighted to celebrate the 2020 Chinese New Year of the Mouth together. We are honored to have with us close to 600 guests in this very special gala. Thank you very much for traveling from across the United States and even from China to join us tonight. One of the themes tonight is responsibility, or in Chinese, 担当. As a Chinese Ambassador Cui spoke several months ago, China-US ties now stand at a new crossroads, and the future of bilateral relations depends on the choices we make today. Therefore, I find our presence here even more critical than ever before. Despite the more complex bilateral relations and the constant volatility and uncertainty in the markets, this evening truly testifies to ongoing commitment to renew dialogue and restore trust and bilateral cooperation. In this challenging time, some people advocate increased cooperation, whereas others argue for decoupling between our two nations, a technology Cold War. Indeed, there were bumps in the road, and we are now facing fiercer competition and the mounting challenges ahead. However, the decoupling will do nothing but hurt business and consumers, hamper technological advances, and disrupt the market. Even worse, it would jeopardize our joint efforts to resolve bigger issues like global security, climate change, and epidemics. It is the word CGCC will continue to advocate against as we seek further dialogue and help build trust and transparency among business communities and policy makers. China and the US are about to sign the Phase 1 trade deal. It is certainly a step in the right direction to restore some bilateral trade and investment, and there is certain burden for business and consumers. I hope this will also be a first step in repairing the trust between our two governments. A Phase 1 and eventually a Phase 2 agreement will surely bring enormous opportunities and growth to both our nations and help stabilize the global markets. I'm sure Ambassador Cui will share with us his insights on this topic shortly. Another striking theme tonight is appreciation, or in Chinese, 感恩. This year, we are celebrating the 15th anniversary of the CGCC. We're truly grateful for the exceptional trust and unwavering support from our members and partners for so many years. A strong support has given CGCC the ability to transform itself into the largest nonprofit organization representing the voices of Chinese enterprises in the United States. I must say, the CGCC's success cannot be made possible without the funding and generosity of our sponsors, to whom we are immensely grateful. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our key sponsors this year. HSBC, EY, Star Insurance Companies, CBRE, Coca-Cola, Hainan Airlines, China Construction America, State Grid, China Telecom, China Mobile, Agricultural Bank of China, Chubb, SCG, Fosun, CT, JP Morgan, related companies, Silk Green, Gemdale, Moynihan, Brooklyn Knights, ICBC, Hong Kong Bank of China, and so many others that we could not list here in the interest of time. Your support has truly impacted millions of people and countless communities across the United States and China. Your work continues to preserve and expand not just the business-to-business relationships, but also the people-to-people exchanges that band us together even more closely. Thank you again. In the Chinese culture, the zodiac animal mouse is a symbol of vitality, agility, and intelligence. So I hope your business will grow with vigor and agility in 2020. Please allow me to close by extending my sincere congratulations to the awardees tonight and wishing the best of luck to you and your family in 2020. May you have continued prosperity and success in the year of the mouse. 新年快乐, Happy New Year.